hope the GameCube menu theme was soothing enough for you while you waited for me. I guess I started a kind of a poor time. I already started a bit later than I wanted, and then all of a sudden, Mom's like, "Hey, help me with the thing," as I press the button to start. So that's fun. Let's get rid of this text, because we're going in. So we're doing tier lists, and yeah, my opinions are no doubt going to be completely wrong the entire time, and oh well. First off, I made a community post, and Vic sent me a couple of ideas for ridiculous tier lists I could do. So, I think just to be safe, I'm gonna block out the view for a second. So that way, if anything bad shows up, you guys won't have to worry about seeing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and boop. So first up, we have. So his list was doors, games I haven't played based on how cool they sound, the periodic table, cookies, Nintendo devices, obscure game consoles, and every Pokemon, like all 1,000 of them. I'm not doing all of them. Some could be a full string among themselves. Like, you remember the Pokemon thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's do the periodic table of elements. Why not? I feel like that one's gonna be the most interesting. Is this one a good one? No, that's not it. The actual one was here? Here we go. In alphabetical order, no less. Sources. I'm gonna capture back on. Let's see. Can I, like, block this? Yeah, we can just keep that blocked. We don't need to care. So, I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert with the periodic table of elements, but it's gonna be obnoxious the entire time, isn't it? It's just gonna be there. Okay, no free advertisement for you. We can just do this. Then we can make this a little larger. Compensate. I don't know what the fuck I did. It's not want to snap to center. So it's off center by a bit. Too bad. I can't fix it. I can't really fix it at all. So, I'm not an expert with the periodic table, so a lot of these elements are going to be very unfamiliar. Ooh, quick second. I'm going to put chat on my phone this time, because my full screen is going to be the tier list stuff. So, I guess we'll just go with, I don't really have an opinion on most of them. I'm gonna be honest here, I don't have an opinion on most of them. I guess carbon's pretty cool. Put that in A. I have to kind of bullshit my way through this one. Oxygen. Don't know why this one's brighter than all the others, so we're gonna put that up in S. Because that one is like half the reason we're alive, and I think that's cool. I gotta be able to breathe. Bismuth, I'm gonna put in A as well. This is because of Dug Dug. Because I saw the bit where he got like a big chunk of bismuth. He bit into it, trying to open the package, and there's like a little chip missing because he just bit into it, and I thought that was funny. Plus, it actually looked really cool. You guys did good for picking bismuth. Nice job. Like I said, I don't really have an opinion on most of these. Calcium, good for bones. We're gonna put that in B, I guess, because I'm like, eh. This one may have been a mistake. This one may have been bad. I mean, it is an absurd one. I will give Vix this. It is an absurd one. Gold's pretty cool. Where's silver at? Why is nickel on here twice? Why is nickel on here twice? That doesn't make any sense. Where the heck is silver? Oh, the alphabetical order based off of the element names too. So, it's silver. Age. Here we go. I guess put you there. I think I saw magnesium be set on fire once. It's all right. Argon's a pretty okay Pokemon, I guess. I don't know. That's a joke about Aggron. Potassium. I like bananas, but there we go. That's good enough. Maybe. America, fuck yeah. I don't have an opinion on most of the elements. I'm just bullshitting for a bit. Like, that's all I can do. This one may have been a big mistake, and I am sorry. We have nickel and the better nickel, but I still don't give a crap about nickel for the most part. Nickel and the better nickel. I don't know why it's on here twice. Why is it just on this list twice, dude? That doesn't make any sense. California, bad. I should have done the Doors one instead. titanium's pretty cool. Nice and solid. Should I have gotten like an easier tier list to do first? I don't know what I'm doing. How did I get this far? We'll put one more on here. We'll put one more on here. And we'll call it done. We're gonna move on and do a different one because like I have like no opinions on most of these. But again, most of the ones I put up here are just because of a bit, just because like haha, it'd be funny. Let me think. You know, I could just spend my time here just spelling things like, what letters? T, E, T. Is there a T on its own? Like a TR, maybe? Yeah, none. I wanted to see if I could spell Tetris because blocks. That'd be funny. But I don't think I have the letters for it. Because I have TE. I saw RI. Am I insane? IS. So I can't do that. You get back down here. I don't care where you sit. Everything's Chrome in the future, and I'm not sure how to feel about that, so it goes in B. There, we're done. That's as far as I'm going. Because I know nothing about a majority of these elements, and therefore I have no opinion. This was really only done because Vix shared some goofy ideas for tier list stuff, and here we are. What other ones did he have? You know, we can do ones more familiar. We can do Nintendo devices. Let's go ahead and just clear this. Boop. And I'll go Nintendo. Every Nintendo system ever. Here we go. Every Nintendo system ever. Ooh. Is this actually up to date? Oh, it might be actually. I think it has all the 3DSs on there. Holy shit. Boom. Nintendo stuff. So get check on my phone. I'm gonna add a. Can I add a new tier to this list? Add a row below. And no, we're gonna call this I don't know. Because I haven't used every Nintendo device, so we're gonna clear the ones that I haven't used out of the way. So we're gonna clear Famicom. the Game & Watch things they did fairly recently. An actual Game & Watch. Whatever this thing is. SNES, NES Classic and the SNES Classic can go here. Virtual Boy goes in F. I have a Switch, and I think this is the basic model. This is the OLED here, so low power, but ultimately good. But do I want to put an A or B? I'll put an A for now. I like it. It's fun. I had a DS Lite. I think this is a DS Lite, and I liked it. Also, A. Oh my! Look how many 3DSs there. 2DS, 3DS, 3DS XL, 2DS, new 3DS, new 3DS XL, new 2DS XL. What the fuck? Why did we let this go on so long? I only had the OG 3DS, and I also liked it. I thought it was good. I wouldn't say it's better than the DS exactly, because like, I never used the 3D stuff. And, well, it's a little better because of the shit you can do on it. You have more stuff on it. Oh. What kind of weird GameCube thing is this? That's not like any GameCube I've ever seen. The Wii, we're gonna put that in. I don't want to put it in S because how much shovelware it got and the motion controls were kind of iffy at times. But ultimately, it was really fun, and I liked it a lot. Hey. Oh, yeah. I don't know. There's the Wii U. About the same tier. Wii's better. Oh, some of the Wii was bad. It was just kind of confusing in a way. Just like they didn't do the best job with marketing it, and I don't hate it. And I still like it. But all I meant once I got my Switch, I kind of ditched it. So I guess it is about the same tier. This is the Japanese one. That's gonna go on, I don't know, because I don't know how the Japanese one differs. Someone brought their NES to a gaming club once, and I thought it was pretty neat. But I have no real opinions of it, and I thought the buttons felt a bit weird at points. I don't know. Slap all of this down here, because I don't care. Never used the light, never used the OLED. N64 was pretty cool. Somewhere in B, maybe. I don't know what this one is. Cause it's Game Boy. Is that the Japanese Game Boy? Or is it like a prototype Game Boy? I don't know. I've never used the SP. But I'm gonna put it up high anyway. Because I think it looks cool. And they put that in Pikmin 4. So even they know it's cool. It's something to be remembered. It's nice. I like it. I had Game Boy Advance, the base thing, and I'm gonna put it like here because I have more experience with it than this one. This one, the one I had like a translucent view thing, like translucent plastic on it, so you could see all the chips and stuff inside. And I got Cheeto dust stuck in the speaker, and I put the battery cover in a toaster once. Don't ask me why. I won't be able to tell you. So for the rest of the time I used that Game Boy Advance, we had to keep the battery cover in with either like electrical tape because my dad had an abundance of it, or it would be something like those old Walmart stickers, like the smiley face Walmart stickers. I liked those. Those were cool. There'd always be some like nice old lady sitting at the front of the store being like, "Hello, little child. Would you like a sticker?" They'd have little smiley faces on them. And then Walmart rebranded to have the stupid star logo. I feel kind of about because it looks like a fucking loading screen. And then, and then they did the rebrand stickers for like a year or two, and then they just stopped doing it entirely. And now Walmart feels a lot more soulless. And I don't know how to feel about that. I will admit though, uh, we had a Country Mart here for a while. I think they rebranded or got bought out or something. But they would let kids take a banana for free. They would just like take a banana off of one of the bunches, and you just have it for free if you're a kid. And I thought that was kind of nice. It would never happen nowadays. I can't tell what this is. Game Boy Color. I've played like 3 Game Boy Color games total. So like maybe B. I like the DSi a lot. Oh, actually, I should actually move this to, I don't know, and put, wait, let's see the DSi here too. Where's the DSi XL? Wait. That's a DSi, hang on. Fuck. Let me see these images. I swear fuck. I'm gonna put this here. Because this is what my cousin had. And I thought it was cool. And it came with Flipnote Studio. I had to download it from my 3DS, so being able to experience it here was pretty neat. And that, I don't know what this is. Don't know what this is. GameCube's pretty good. Game Boy thing. This is the micro never had. OG Game Boy. Like, also maybe C. Though actually I'll bump it up to B because it had really good durability. It's famous for that. Never had the red Wii. Never had a fat DS. Can't tell what this is. SNES is great. And it's just like a side-loading Wii or something. Like, what the fuck? Why is this on here? It's just a Wii. As for S, what do I put in S? It's my favorite console out of this bunch. I don't know. I think people will get mad if I didn't put this up here, even though I've only used it like once because my cousin, different cousin who had the DSi, mind you, but one of my cousins had one, and it was cool because it had a backlight. This fucker didn't have one. Playing in the dark was a nightmare. Cool. I think we checked that off our list. I think that's fine. I think I did another good one. Yeah. fuck it. Door tier list. Why not? Why the hell not? Allow me to go ahead and boop. And we'll do doors. Doors. Because that'd be funny. Ultimate door list. Doors, 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 doors. Oh my god. I scroll down, and the first thing I see is fucking Elmo's World. What is this list? What is this? So we have... actually, no, let's not... let's not do this one. I saw a word that would be kind of worrying. Let's not do this one. Minecraft doors. Yeah, Minecraft doors. That's good. Yeah. Oh, Minecraft door. Okay. I like you, but you're a pain in the ass to open sometimes. You're alright. I've never seen you before. Yes. Also good. It's alright. Classic's pretty good. You can never beat the classic. This one's pretty good. This one I like with the color. I wish you could have this texture on something else. This one looks great. And this one is pretty sick. And as for best, spruce or dark oak. I usually do one of those. I think I'm gonna put spruce. I like the spruce one. This is my Minecraft door tier list. Done in like a minute. This stream is a disaster. This stream is an utter disaster, and I don't know what the door on the bottom is. Gonna capture off. You got the door one. Let's do like a random button. Where's the random button? Do you have a random button? Where the fuck is there a... Oh my god. So we have... I'm not showing my screen right now because ads and such. There is a featured Pokemon template that is Pokemon Gen 1, but it doesn't have a Gen 1 Pokemon on it. It has one from Generation 6. Like, that makes no sense to me. And then we have featured MLB templates, mostly baseball. And then there's Miraculous, because Miraculous Ladybug also abbreviates to MLB, and that's not confusing for the system at all. Is there a fucking random button? A random template? Yeah, sure, random template. Click that. Let's see if that does anything. Naruto Blazing Fest tier list November 2020 edition? I don't know, Naruto! Try again, stupid site. Do a different one. Do a different one. I don't know who these YouTubers are. Something about Brawl Stars, don't care. Random template again. I know you're not seeing anything, but I want to make sure it's an actual good one. Decades of music. I would just be biased to anything from, like, the 70s up to, like, the 90s or something. Because, like, modern music sucks. UK drinks? Why UK specifically? Like, do they do something differently with their drinks? I'm gonna say I'm not qualified. I'm gonna random template again. This is not good. Japanese melodic death metal bands? I don't know. Random template again. You're killing me. You're killing me, tier list thing. What is this? This ain't even in my language. This ain't even in my language. Like, what is this? What is this? What? Ew, vomiting rat. That's enough, get it out of here. Get it out of here. I'm not. Random template. Ah. What? What is this? Super Smash Brothers Brad Scrapped List tier list. What is this? What is this list? Who are you? Who are you? Is that a caricature of Barack Obama? But yeah, hell yeah, Reggie's an S. That's all we need to know. Okay, moving on. Oh, tears in my eyes. Do another one. Make me proud. Nope, we are not talking about this one. We are not talking about this one. We are keeping that out of here. Nope, bye. It's up to you to decide what tier list I just saw. This one might be worse, actually. Both of the last ones are like 5 options total. Like, there were barely anything in the tiers. In the win. What? Anime thing I know very little about, and oh my god, the lag. There's a lot of anime here. Stop loading. Random template. Move on. It's not happy. It is not happy right now. Something else, please, quick. Another anime thing. Oh my god, I don't watch enough anime to have proper opinions. I'm sorry. It'll get you. No. Get out. I think this is Risk of Rain. I have not played Risk of Rain. We're gonna skip that one too. I can't. I fucking can't. Shooter games. No. Where's the button? The random template button wasn't loading. Okay, we're good. We're gonna put what next? Oh, we have a lot of lag. Twitch, TR, Pega, Listesi. Who are all of you people? Who are you guys? I don't. What? I see Spooderman. What? We're gonna move on. Okay, we're not doing random lists anymore because that has failed me. I don't know. Video game templates. Yeah, sure. We're going that. Oh shit. There's one for every single Pokemon ever, and it was updated last month, so it does have everything. Oh, so much. I am not. Get me out of here. Out. Oh, my poor laptop can't handle all of this list. How? Oh no, it is mad. It is very mad at me. My poor computer is very mad. Oh no. Oh, this is not good. Oh lordy. Oh my god, Microsoft Edge has a worse memory problem than Google Chrome does. Like, people complain about Google Chrome eating up your memory. I'm noticing more problems with Microsoft Edge. I have 2 tabs open. And one of them's a fucking YouTube video with GameCube menu music. Like, how is this running worse than Chrome? Ew! This is running worse than Chrome, my dude. It's so bad. It ran alright for that one Pokemon stream I did, but this is worse. This is actively worse. It is so bad that OBS got mad and it's only showing a black screen and some text right now. It is abysmal. What the fuck is this? I think it's calmed down some now, so I think I'm just gonna do... Let's do a more basic one. Restaurants. Fast food restaurants. How's this? Ooh. Yeah, I think this is the list everyone uses, but it's a list I think I could do. There we go. We got ourselves some restaurants. Let's check off the ones I haven't done yet. I've never had Baja Fresh, or Blimpie, or Bojangles, or Boston Market, or Church's Chicken, or Cookout, or Del Taco, Free Shavacado. That's all I know. Polo Loco, Jersey Mike's. My laptop is very angry at me right now. OBS in particular is screaming. I don't know why. Jollibee, Moe's Noodles Company, Panda Express, Chicken, Portillo's, no, not that, Roy Rogers, Sbarro, I'm going to try pronouncing that one, Shake Shack, Sheetz, Skyline, Swenson's, Taco Cabana, Torchy's Tacos, Waffle House, Wawa, Whataburger, Wiener Schnitzel, Wings, Wingstop, and Potbelly. I didn't notice you at first. Everything reorganized, and I couldn't tell. I think I've had the rest of these at least once. Actually, I don't think... Maybe I didn't do cans. Let's put cans over here. So, this is what we're working with. I've only eaten like half the restaurants on the dang list. So, let's go ahead and do ones I can guarantee answers to. Chick-fil-A is an F, and it's not because of anything to do with their beliefs or anything. Chick-fil-A, just straight up, their food tastes fine. The taste isn't the problem. My body is just like, no, I refuse. And I either have severe stomach trouble for a few hours, or I vomit. So even if I've enjoyed their food, my stomach will not allow it to stay down. It is like, oh, no, don't do this to me. So yeah, that's really about it for that. Denny's, I'm gonna put in B. Food's fine, but actually, if A is replaced with the best instead of it being yes, I'm gonna put in C. Because Denny's, the food's fine. I've just had way too many bad experiences with local Denny's. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain this to you guys. We used to have a Denny's in my old hometown, and it wasn't the best. The food was fine, but if you ordered something, no matter what you ordered, it would always take about an hour to get to you, I swear. Like, it took fucking forever. My parents can attest to that. Church friends can attest to that. Like, it was bad. It was an absolute fucking nightmare. Other Denny's, like the one in Branson, that one's not bad. That one's good with dealing with customers, and they can get stuff out in a reasonable time. But the one we had locally was bad. Sometimes the food would be like not done quite right as a result of how long it took. I don't know, there's like only one person in the fucking kitchen at a time at the old Denny's we used to have. But it never really worked out well. And then one day, like, mid-pandemic, I don't remember the exact date this happened, they just randomly closed down. So it's like they apparently didn't get any warning to any of the employees. So like the employees would just go to work on a normal work day to see like a piece of paper on the door that said like, "Oh, we're closed down. I guess you guys are out of a job." And that was just it. And then I think it got replaced with some Chinese takeout place, and no one speaks of it again. And that's basically it. That's basically it. So I have like nothing else to add about Denny's. It's fine, but apparently they're just not good at. Like some places aren't good at keeping up with the customers. So, let's see. White Castle, I think, goes in D. I haven't had it that much. And I'm not gonna say it's necessarily bad tasting from what I remember. I don't even remember like the supposed bathroom troubles that everyone talks about when they bring up White Castle. But like I know it's very unhealthy because of the way they make their sliders. That's what they call the little hamburgers, right? They're called sliders. They're not good for you. they're very bad. Most fast food places are pretty bad. Like White Castle's up with like the worst for you, which I understand entirely. I haven't been to a White Castle in like 10 years, and I still don't remember hating it or anything. Last time I went was because of a social group thing. We were doing like a field trip type thing up to St. Louis, and we stopped at White Castle on the way, and it was fine. It was fine enough. But the White Castle we had in our old hometown had a fucking grease fire, and it took. I guess it destroyed the entire kitchen. That's how much fucking grease is there, I guess. And the entire like the entire kitchen was just burnt, and they had to take like a half a year to rebuild it. And then I haven't been to White Castle since, so I don't know if anything's changed or not. I'm willing to bet the answer is no. I'm willing to bet the answer is no. Rallies, I'm gonna put that in B. It's called Rallies here. It's a regional thing. Some places call it Checker, some places call it Rallies. Both names are on all the bags and the cups and everything. So I don't even know why the fuck is it different. Just like make it all the same. I don't care what you name it. But I do think their food's pretty good. Everyone always hypes up their fries. Everyone hypes up Rally fries. And I'll admit, they're good. But everyone always acts like their fries are the best fries in fast food, and I'm not really sure I agree with that. Again, not saying it's bad, but I think a lot of people are overhyping these damn fries. Again, they're pretty good. I'll admit. The best might be pushing it. But overall, their food's pretty good. I hadn't experienced it a lot until around the time I started college. Because there's a convenience store next to where I started college, and within like a couple years of me starting, they opened up a small like semi drive-through one. I don't know if they're only like drive-through / small eating area things, or if they're like full-size restaurants anywhere else. Like they opened one right next to the convenience store, and we just kind of ended up eating there a lot, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll admit it's good. Again, I don't think the fries are as good as everyone's saying it is. Like they're good, but I'm not meaning to slander the fries from Rallies or anything. But like everyone's always like, these fries are the best fries in fast food, and I'm just like, maybe, but I'm not sure I entirely agree with that. I don't know. I don't know. Again, still good. Best pushing it. Let's see. Firehouse, we're also going to put that in B. And I think we're going to put it above Checkers. So Firehouse. I think my dad may have discovered the one in our hometown. And college discount meant that you got like a free drink or like a free combo. And Dad and I took advantage of that for lunch a lot of times, especially on Mondays. It became kind of like a consistent thing. Even after we moved, we still freaking do it. Well, we as in me and Mom. Dad's not here anymore. It's sad. But Firehouse is really freaking good, and they have a nice variety of subs, and I really enjoyed their meatball one. Subway could suck it. In fact, speaking of Subway, I'm gonna go ahead and just mark Subway as like an okay. I'm gonna put Subway in like, yeah, here. Subway is okay, like edible enough, but I prefer Firehouse when it comes to actually like having subs. Subway's alright. And honestly, I don't really think I've ever been necessarily disappointed by Subway. But I can't say I have like glowing reviews of it either. I think it's just kind of alright. Like, it's fine, but again, I'd prefer Firehouse any day. If anyone's gonna get subs. If we're getting subs for the night, we're going to Firehouse. Like, Subway, if that's the only thing, whatever. But like, eh. I don't think Subway gives you a freaking pickle with your subs, so Firehouse is automatically better. I like pickles. Popeyes in D. I think I went to Popeyes once, and I don't remember, like, we got chicken. I don't think we got that much chicken. It was fairly small, and it was just kind of, like, I'm just not a fan. I'm really not a fan of Popeyes. Maybe I should try going again to spice things up at some point. But honestly, I don't remember caring for it. Like, it was one of those restaurants where I went once and I was just like, maybe let's not go again. Maybe that was a bit of a mistake. So let's just back away from that. Like, sure. And I've never really thought about it much ever again. It's been like a decade, and I don't care. Jimmy John's we're gonna put under Subway. Mainly because I've had a number of Jimmy John's subs because my mom loves going there. And I thought it was just kind of okay. I don't know if it was just a bread that Mom always got, and maybe if I got different bread it'd be better, but the bread was just kind of mid. I forget what bread that was even on them. Like, was it whole wheat? I'm normally fine with whole wheat. Again, it's like Subway's what I usually get, but like Jimmy John's, I don't remember being as good as Subway's. So I don't know. Let's see. Long John Silver's I'm gonna put in C. Maybe here. So Long John Silver's I think is fine. I haven't had it in a while, but their fish tastes fine. Hush puppies are pretty good, but I don't know if it's just like the stuff they cook their fish in, but it always gives me a headache. And, and sometimes I guess it's worth it because it's fine. But I don't know. It's not my preferred restaurant of choice. Like if it's an option, I'm just gonna be like, maybe do something else. But if it's the only option, which it very rarely is, I'm like, might as well. Like, fuck it. Just, we'll do it. Go ahead. Whatever. I won't care that much. It was alright. And in fact, the Long John Silver's we had was also a combo with A&W, which is up there. Which it was pretty good last I had it. But then I think they got staff problems during the pandemic, and I have no idea if the one that was there is still open or not. But I remember liking the food there. It was nice. I liked it. And especially the burgers. Burgers were great. But you don't see that many of them. Like the one A&W that was in our hometown that I'm not even sure is still open anymore. It was good, but you don't see many of them around. Speaking of good, I enjoy Zaxby's. And one opened in our hometown a few years back. Dad discovered it, like, around the time it opened. He's like, hey, you want to go and get some chicken? And I'm like, yeah, I like chicken. And we go to Zaxby's. It's actually pretty good. I liked it. It was nice. And that also kind of became a bit of a lunch routine, too. Not as much, I'd say, as Firehouse in terms of consistency for that routine. But it was good. I don't think I've really been disappointed by Zaxby's for the most part. If you eat Zaxby's, it's best to eat it fresh. Because even like a 10-minute car ride home can be enough to make it not as good. And because I usually eat it fresh, I like it. But the fact that it does kind of miss the mark after a little bit of time in a car, that's why it's in low B and not something like higher, even though I actually really like it. As for our Zaxby's, pandemic really fucked it up. It really fucked it up. It went drive-thru only for a long while, and a lot of people were not happy about that. After a while, they opened the inside, only to close it again because they were very short-staffed, and they were not able to get staff back enough, I think, in like 2022 for it to stay open. So it actually closed down. It was just gone. Now it's replaced by a very new, smaller restaurant called Fatty Patties, I think, which is not bad, but the burgers are actually kind of small, especially for the price. I want Zaxby's back. I want Zaxby's back, man. I want Zaxby's back. Let's see. Burger King, I'm gonna put in low B, maybe. Most of their food I think is alright. They're Whoppers. They're trademark thing, though. I don't know if it's because they have to make it a bit different, because, like, it's wider, so they have these different buns, and maybe they make their patties a bit different, but Whoppers don't taste as good as, like, their normal double cheeseburgers, honestly. Which is kind of unfortunate when the Whopper is the big selling point. When your big selling point is kind of okay, but the rest of your food's actually not bad, I feel like something's a bit wrong there. But again, I don't hate it. I think it's still good. It's just a bit odd that they're kind of mid-Whoppers or what they constantly sell. Also, what the fuck was the ghost pepper fry thing all about? Like, I remember seeing that, like, a month ago. They're like, limited time ghost peppers and ghost pepper fries. And I'm like, are you sure it's a good idea? that just seems like a very bad idea. Like, I have a story about ghost peppers, actually. It's like back in junior high. Uh, Back in junior high, one of the girls, I think it was one of the girls, actually. Like, you think it would be some, like, cocky, young teenage boy who would bring something like this to school, but no. She brings in, like, this bag of... she brings in, like, this bag of ghost peppers, and she's like, hey, try some! And she actively goes to all of the boys who are complete assholes, and they get first pick, and they all take a bite out of it, and they're all like crying or vomiting or just in utter pain and agony. And the school did not take that very well. It was kind of cathartic seeing seeing the bullies who are like massive pieces of shit, like kind of get a bit of karmic justice, but also the school did not enjoy that, and not only were the ghost peppers like thrown out immediately into the dumpster, but they were immediately banned after that one incident. Which, fair. Entirely fair. Entirely fair. I'm not sure entirely why the ghost peppers were brought, except for maybe like, oh, it's just to fuck with the bullies, I guess. I don't know. Because that was back when spicy food challenges were kind of like a big thing. Like, this is around the time of the cinnamon challenge, I think. Maybe. Or maybe a little before. All these internet trends just kind of blend together after a while. I don't care. Yeah, what's with Burger King trying to capitalize on that? I don't get it. Let's see. Let's see. Taco Bell, I'm gonna put in low C. Like, the food's alright. I don't necessarily hate it. It has the running joke of it causing bathroom problems that I've never experienced. I guess I can handle it a lot better than other people. But, once you have, like, other taco places, whether it be local or even, like, other taco chains, Taco Bell just kind of becomes mid. Like, very mid. Like, passable at best. And that's just kind of... I don't know. Just, whatever. Carl's Jr., aka Hardee's. I don't remember much. We only went there a couple times. But I think it was the king of, like, it was pretty good. I didn't have any bad experience with it the few times I went. But it wasn't memorable enough in those times for how good it was. That I don't really remember it. And there is a Hardee's here. I can go back if I want. I'm just not sure I should. Plus, I think Mom might just be sick of Hardee's in general, because she worked there for a while before she got her, like, job in a factory, and I don't know how many times she had Hardee's for lunch as a result, but she's probably sick of it and wants nothing to do with that place ever again. Which probably is half the reason why we don't go very often. That's probably why. Anyway, Steak and Shake. I'm going in a random order here, I hope you don't mind. Steak and Shake, I'm gonna put... I like Burger King. Do I like him more than Zaxby's? Maybe, by a bit. I think here will do. Ironically, I haven't really experienced their shakes much, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good from what I remember. Their burgers, pretty good as well. Their fries taste good, but my one main problem is they're really thin ones. They're really thin fries, and I don't really care for those as much. They're still good. They're just really thin. They used to have a Cajun steak burger. That became my kind of like regular when we used to go there. And then they got rid of it one day, and I don't think we've ever gone back. I don't remember if it was a limited time only item or not. I don't think it said on the menu. But it was gone, and I was sad. And then I went to the garlic ones instead, because I like garlic, and it was still pretty good. So, yeah. Steak and Shake's pretty good in my eyes. The main problem being the fries are way too thin. And they got rid of an item I actually really liked a lot. I don't know if it was a limited time thing or not. I don't remember if the menu said anything about that. Maybe I was stupid. I don't know. But I like it and I miss it because I haven't had it in a while. Let's put at the bottom of D ones I really don't remember that much. Like ones I don't remember that much, but I remember them being alright. Are gonna go in C, but D is gonna be for the ones either haven't had in a while or ones that are kind of leaning towards the pile. So I don't remember much about Chipotle. I don't remember if it being good or not. Actually, I can't go back on that for that. Don't remember Jack in the Box very well. Yeah, it might be better than Chipotle, honestly. Don't remember. Maybe I had Panera Bread once. It was. I don't fucking remember. Maybe Quiznos here as well. I don't remember much about any of these. I don't remember much about Hardee's, but I remember it was alright. So, I don't know. IHOP. I think IHOP's gonna go in. Actually, I think it might go in B. Big fan of pancakes, and when they started doing burger stuff for more variety into that stupid IHOB thing for advertising, yeah, it was kind of weird and off-putting at first, but like the burgers ain't bad. Not bad. Yeah, but because they serve pancakes, it's one of those few places where I'm actually comfortable going for breakfast, even though I usually don't eat out for breakfast very often. And if I do, it's because Mom brought home the Burger King pancakes because they were cheap and they're a lot faster to make, but they're smaller and more sad. So IHOP beats Burger King in that regard. So there you go. This burger's kind of tough. Five Guys, I think I had once and I thought it was pretty good. Maybe I'll put it here. I don't remember that much of it besides the fact it was pretty good, but Mom complained about how expensive it turned out to be. So it's good, but the price might be a bit much for people. I don't know if it was because the one we went to is somewhat close to a fairly big city, and there's not one nearby I can actively check, but I don't know. Pretty good, bit pricey. And I feel like it'd be a disservice if I put it any lower. We'll put McDonald's. Maybe here and C. These aren't like hard set things. It's more of a general like thing. I'm trying to kind of organize them in the order I feel comfortable with, but I can't really say for sure. Honestly, I haven't had McDonald's in a while. Their food is fine. I feel like the Happy Meal toys have been kind of carrying them with the younger demographic, and they decided to turn every single one of them into what looks like a basic fucking coffee shop nowadays. So they're all boring and bland. So all the fun factor of McDonald's is just kind of gone now. So just for that, fuck you, you're worse than Denny's. Just for that. All that remodeling to make it look all modern and boring. Fuck you, McDonald's. Bring back Ronald, damn it. Oh, man. Arby's, like that a lot. I'm going to put it... Do I want to put it above or below Checkers? Actually, I want to put it above by a little bit. Because I like Arby's a lot. And I like their curly fries more than I like Checkers fries they have. So yeah, I think that Arby's curly fries are just better. Blasphemy, I know, but I like them a lot. I also enjoy a nice beef and cheddar or two every now and again. And at one point they had the orange shake there that I really liked, and I wish they brought that back more often. Like, I don't often get desserts at most of these places. Like, some places I do actively go because of dessert stuff, like Culver's. But I will admit the orange shake was pretty good at Arby's, and I wish they brought it back more often. But otherwise, their basic like menu, pretty good, pretty solid. We like it. Damn it! Now I want Arby's. Shit, I'm gonna have to tell Mom, hey, can we get Arby's tonight? Actually, no, it's Friday. We're not gonna have Arby's tonight. It's gonna be a Sonic night, probably. Speaking of which, Sonic, I'm gonna put like here. You're not going for the burgers. You're mainly going for the drinks, and their selection of drinks is actually pretty good. Their shakes also pretty good. Really like those. Their burgers, however, even though they're not going for them, for the most part, pretty good. I like those burgers a lot. Sonic burgers are great. Tater tots, pretty good. I really like tater tots. You don't see that enough. Big fan of them. And we kind of had a bit of a tradition for a while, and that's going to lead us into Culver's, which I'm going to put at roughly the same point. Roughly the same point we're going to put here, because they stopped doing the promotion for it. That got us started with it in the first place. I haven't had it in a while. I remember that being pretty good, though. But, long story short, it was Friday at some random point years ago. And Mom found out that they did like half-price burgers for like a happy hour thing at Culver's from like 8 to close. And Mom's like, okay, we got supper, and I can use the money I saved from the burger discount to get ice cream, I guess. So Mom would come home with blueberry shakes, and it was nice, and I loved it. Culver's is not great reheated. We found that the hard way. Edible. Not as edible as Arby's reheated is garbage. But why would you want to reheat Arby's? we had some fast food we just keep in the fridge. It's like, oh, we're gonna keep it in the fridge like a couple days from now because we're gonna go to church and it's easy to have stuff to go. I'm not gonna go even early. We already do, and yeah, I prefer to have Culver's reheated than Arby's. Even though I didn't bother reheating it because it was a waste of time, and it made Arby's even worse. reading it is having a cold. Either way, Arby's is not great unless you have it fresh. Even like vaguely fresh. You can wait a little bit for it to cool off a bit if you want, and it'll still be fine. The long story short, they did that for a while, and then at some point, I want to say the pandemic happened, and they stopped doing that. Or it may have been a little bit before then, where they stopped the promotion for it. So they don't half-price burger things anymore. Or if they do, it's not as much of a discount, and therefore, we couldn't really keep going with the whole thing. And Mom ended up swapping to Sonic for it. Sonic Burger, get some tots, and then you get a shake. Because they do like a happy hour thing, I think, on Fridays too. Either that, or Mom just did it because of the tradition, and Sonic's just overall cheaper. I don't know. But that kind of kept up for a while, and yeah. Honestly, I'm a fan. Honestly, quite a fan. And Sonic's actually one of those places where Mom will always go to get drinks because they do like a cheap thing for drinks, and like when we're about to head out for a big trip in the summer, Mom's like, we're gonna stop by Sonic and get some teas for me and Grandpa, and you can have a Sprite or like a slush or something. Yeah. But in fact, for that alone, for that stuff, I'm gonna put Sonic a little bit above Checkers. Actually, I'm gonna put it above. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And they always do like these like little like 50-cent corn dogs or things like that, where you can eat their corn dogs, or they have like chili dogs there, and that stuff's actually really good if they don't fucking burn it. I had one time they actually burnt the corn dogs and it tasted like utter ass, as you'd expect they would. Only reason why Sonic isn't higher is because the wait time's actually a bit high. It's a little bit higher of a wait time. And they got their priorities a bit wrong. Usually it's fine enough, but they're really bad with prioritizing the order for making food. Because I swear they make the shakes first, and they have to wait for everything else to be done so they can deliver it all at once. They don't have to make multiple trips in the same car. Right? It might be more of a problem when it comes to the drive-through instead of like the park and press the big red button. But we've had multiple times where they would make the shake, sit it by the window, and then make the burger. And then by the time you get your food, the shake's half melted. And I don't know if that's just how Sonic does things, and it's stupid. Or if it's just that local spot being dumb. And maybe they need to train their employees a bit better. I don't know. But even when it's like partially melted, the shakes are still good. So honestly, whatever. They still melt slower than Culver's ones do. Like Culver's usually like mostly melts by the time you get home, like 10 minutes later. Like, sheesh. I will give it this. At least Sonic, they give you straws in that scenario, and not necessarily spoons. With Culver's, they give you spoons, and I don't know if they give you straws. And if they do, they're small. They can't fit blueberries through them, and they get stuck. So it's just kind of counterintuitive for some of the shakes they have. And it's dumb. It's really dumb. That's enough of that for now. Hey Vix, I'm trying to do this tier list. You missed some of the ones I got from you. The ones you suggested. I did Minecraft doors because I found another door tier list that was funny and that it had a word in it I'm not exactly a fan of. So I skipped down that one and did Minecraft doors instead. I started with the periodic table and I had basically no opinions on half of them, so I was just trying to do funny little bits like Californium is an F because fuck you, California. that sort of shit. Then I did another one of yours. I think I did the Nintendo ones, and by the fact I grew up with Nintendo and I'm mainly a Nintendo guy, I did not have enough experience with a lot of them to really have a proper opinion on some of them. So it was just kind of it was just kind of over fast. Then I tried using the random button a few times. My poor laptop had freakouts as a result of doing it so many damn times because I kept getting really shitty tier lists. They'd be like really small, or they'd be a lot of anime stuff like Naruto that I have like no knowledge of, or it would be Genshin garbage, or tier lists that straight up had like 3 things you could put down, which at that point, what's the point? Tier lists are better when you have a lot of options like this, where you can put like somewhere like a bunch of building blocks. But like, yeah. We're about to wrap up the restaurant one that I did. Cause I'm like, hey, everyone always ranks restaurants and they do tier list streams, so fuck it, I'm gonna rank them too. I think I've done a pretty good job so far. Dairy Queen, I rate highly. That might just be me though. I think I'm gonna rate it around here. That seems fair in my mind. I like the chicken. I like the burgers. I like the fries. I like the little sundaes they gave you. Can you tell we got a lot of like the lunch combos? But they're good. And the blizzards, even though they're a bit expensive for a lot of them, they're pretty good and the variety's nice. And not many places offer like M&M shakes, I swear, for like any reasonable price. And I like those. So like, you win. You at least get that far. You at least get that far. It's good. Also a big fan of the dilly bars. I can blame Dad for getting me to like those so much. Even though at times they're a pain to eat because the ice cream starts to melt after a bit. And I usually eat enough of it to where like all the chocolate kind of chips off, so it's just the bare ice cream. So it starts dripping or going down the stick on its own, and it's just kind of weird. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just a bit weird to eat sometimes. That might be a me problem. I might be eating it wrong. I don't know. I'm trying to eat like a typical ice cream on a stick, outside of like biting into it, which might sound kind of cringe, but like I'm not licking through the goddamn chocolate. Whatever. Domino's I like a lot. I'm gonna put it like here. That's Chick-fil-A. This one a lot of people put low because of their political views. Which, sure, whatever. I put it there because it always makes me sick. Every time I've eaten Chick-fil-A, I explained this a little bit ago when I first put it on the list. Every time I've eaten Chick-fil-A, I've either had big stomach trouble or vomited. Every single time. Doesn't matter what I eat. I could eat a chicken sandwich. I could eat the waffle fries. Doesn't matter. It's either going to make my stomach churn for hours, or the toilet's going to get a nice amount of stomach acid covered chicken. It's just... ugh. The food doesn't even taste that bad. My body just doesn't agree with it. And out of the stuff that's up here so far, I think it's the only fast food joint that has consistently gave me digestive problems. The only one that's consistently given me digestive problems. Like, at all. And that is... ugh. Might be more of a me problem than anything. But, like, no matter what they believe, it's always going to be an F for me because it just makes me sick. The only other, like, fast food-esque thing that's made me feel anywhere remotely as bad is the sushi they had at my college. Make sure they got cooked stuff. I made sure they got the cooked ones because I'm not sure I'm comfortable with eating raw fish quite yet. So it might just be something they're cooking these things in that's making me feel a bit ill. At least I was able to keep the few pieces of sushi down that I ate. Chick-fil-A, I usually can't. So I was just kind of done with that. Just like, nope. At one point, Mom was getting Chick-fil-A for lunch, and she was in the car. I'm not going to freaking eat it because I'm going to vomit all over the place. She's like, okay, I'm at least going to get you a lemonade and we can go get you something like Sonic or something. And even the lemonade gave me a headache. I don't know if it's just my body being like, oh great, Chick-fil-A, prepare for the worst and just expecting the worst and just reacting as a result. Or if it was just something with their lemonade. But fuck, that gave me a headache. Lemonade usually does not give me a headache. Something is wrong. So I have a very low opinion of Chick-fil-A as a result. Very low. I do like their cow marketing, though. Their cow marketing is pretty cute. That's the one good thing about them. Their cow marketing's freaking cute. Average only eating apple juice. That's one I haven't heard before. Like, is it like apples in general, or is it like the juice that you buy in like in stores that kind of maybe process a bit that causes the problem? Because it might just be how they process it that's a problem. If it's apples in general, then maybe. Then it may be some sort of like allergy thing. I don't know. We're down to the last 7. And I'll admit. So here's how I've done it so far. Never has, obviously never had. Effort for ones that I actively dislike with a passion, which so far Chick-fil-A is just kind of here alone because it's the only one that's made me vomit. D is for ones that I either have a general negative opinion of, but I don't necessarily hate, or ones I don't remember that well and don't really remember if they were good or not. So this is the kind of like low tier meh. Here is the upper tier meh, where it's like, most of these I remember liking, but either I haven't had them in a while, or I've had some bad experiences with them that kind of soil the thing for me. Like, Denny's. Like, I remember being alright food, but the local one we had took like an hour to get your food out, and it was not really worth the wait. And they did their employees dirty because either they were constantly short staffed, and that's why they were always so behind on orders, or there was some other problem. The smoking and non-smoking stuff was separated so badly you could get smoke in the non-smoking areas because of the air vents. Good job. Didn't even mention that one. And they did their employees really dirty when it came to when they closed, because around the time the pandemic started, they were not able to take it well. And as a result, they kind of had to shut down for a bit, or it was like a mess trying to keep employees in there for a while, and they weren't able to make as much money with that, and eventually, it was just kind of done. In like the weirdest way possible. Like, the way my mom told me, and she heard it from a friend, I don't know how much experience they had or what, but from what I can tell, they just put like a paper sign on the door saying, oh, we're closed, I guess you're out of a job. And that was it. Like, no prior warning. Which is so fucking weird. But that does not seem right to me. But at the same time, with how bad they were with getting food out with any reasonable amount of time, I'm not entirely surprised. I will admit, though, I did have one pretty good experience where they had like this big burger thing for a while, like a huge-ass tower, and I got that, and Mom's like, you're not going to be able to eat it all, and I ate it all. And she's like, what the fuck? And that one actually came out at a somewhat decent time for some reason. I don't get it. I don't fucking know. I think applesauce is fine too. It might just be the processing that fucks with you a bit. I don't know. Might just be where they process the apple juice. Is it all apple juice, or is it like a specific brand? Anyway, I don't remember much about Penn Station. I feel like I may have went to it once, but I don't remember it that much. And maybe they were alright, but I don't remember. In-N-Out Burger, similar story, but I'm gonna put it up here in like here out of principle, maybe. I don't know. So like, this is a good sub place. This is alright. This is a little bit worse, but still alright. These I have like no memory of. I feel like I've been to them at least once because like they were all in local areas. Like, we had them at some point, right? I don't know if my memory's fucking with me or not, but there you go. KFC. I don't remember much. I think I'm gonna put it like here. Because like Popeyes I remember. I went once and it was just not great. KFC at least remember being alright-ish, but like nothing remarkable. Which is at least better than Popeyes. So I'll give it that. Pizza Hut, I don't remember that well. I'm gonna put it like here. Little Caesars, pretty good. I'm gonna put it like here maybe. Haven't had it in a while, but we always got it because it was cheap and they allowed you to take the cheese off, which was great for young me. Because the way they make their dough doesn't have like milk stuff in it. And if you remove the cheese, that means it was stuff that I could eat when I was young. Because I used to be able to like, I think it's called casein. It's a protein in milk. I forget what exactly it does. But my body hated it. It would always cause me to act way out of line, and my ears would turn like a bright red and feel very warm. So it was definitely an allergic reaction of some sort. So most like milk products were just out the window. So I had to drink some like soy milk, or personally, what I think is better, rice milk. Which I don't know how you get milk from rice, but it tasted pretty good, and I liked it more than soy milk. We swapped to that, and it was great. I might see if I can get some rice milk at some point just to remember the old days. When the only cereal I could have in the morning is Crispix. And I eventually got so fucking tired of that bland-ass cereal. I'm so glad I grew out of that damn allergy. I think I was able to grow out of it mainly because it was more of a mild allergy, but it was enough to cause problems. Like, it wasn't like a severe allergy like peanuts where it could kill me. Like, some people have allergies to peanuts where, like, causes straight up, like, rashes and swelling and you can't breathe, and I feel so sorry for those people. I can assure you, my allergy was not nearly as bad, and that's probably why I was able to grow out of it. Plus, because my mom was really good at looking at ingredients and was able to find out what things had it or not, I was able to properly isolate myself from the allergen for a while, which probably has something to do with it. Hooray for science! Anyway. Almond milk is something my mom personally likes. I think is kind of okay. If I'm gonna get it, it's gonna be sweetened, because unsweetened is it just tastes like almonds. It just tastes like almonds that were just kind of sitting in water for a while, which is, yeah. But if it's a sweetened variety, it's not bad. It actually tastes like alright. But I still prefer rice milk. Rice milk's pretty good. Very underrated. No one talks about it. It's good. Papa John's. I'd say it's maybe below Domino's for me, but not by that much. Maybe I'll put it here. And Wendy's, I like a lot. It's gonna be in B tier at least. I feel like upwards of here. So is it better than Culver's? I'd say maybe. Better than Papa John's. Close competition with DQ, maybe. A little bit over. Not sure they beat Checkers, though. Now, as for the best, I guess Firehouse gets it by default because it's the furthest on the left, but it does feel kind of weird to me. So, I'm also going to put Arby's up here as well, because they're both pretty dang close to me. I like Firehouse a lot. Arby's is really freaking good. Love the beef and cheddars. I'm kind of craving it, but we probably have different plans because we do Sonic usually on Fridays because we got ourselves into a shake habit thanks to Culver's. It's a whole rabbit hole I already explained. I'm not going through it again. So I guess this is the final list. I don't have experience with any of these to my knowledge. Some of these just kind of sound like really like small chains, which is interesting. Like I'm gonna check really quick. Why do I have 4 pings on Discord? Oh, they're all from Nathan. For the minimum amount of magazines and full-time coverage in Go, got what's possible? 8. Price of ice grass, but conflict. Ooh. Once being a mall welcomes, I think you have a team of 8 megas, you can kind of shuffle around. Sweet. Your Firehouse is pretty good. I personally get the meatball sub all the time. Like I will go out of my way to try other ones, and their selection is actually pretty good. But meatball is usually my safe, love it play. You know, that's what I go with. But I've had most of their menu. It's one of the few places where I'm comfortable with going and massively diversifying what I choose from. Like I think Firehouse is like one of like 2 or 3 places where I've actually felt like experimenting with a large portion of the menu. And it's been worth it. It's been really worth it. Hook and ladder, freaking great. That's just one example. I forget all the names they give them because I get the meatball one so much, but I remember them being all pretty good. I'm gonna look at some of these never had and see like how close the closest one is to me. I think I'm gonna turn chat back on my end on OBS so I can actually see it. Boom. So let's go ahead and load up our good old friend Google. So let's go ahead and check Bojangles. The closest Bojangles to me. I'm sure a lot of locations so we can actually get a proper reading on this. The closest Bojangles to me, according to Google, is not even in this fucking state. It's somewhere across the river about 50 minutes away, and you'll wonder why I haven't had it. This is true for a large majority of the never had. Some of them, like Panda Express, are pretty common. I've just never went to them because I'm not really sure I'd be the... I don't know how to feel about Chinese food. I don't think I've ever really had it, but it doesn't really seem like it really appeals to me. Maybe I'll try it once and I'll give a proper opinion on it, but I'm not really sure what I'd have. What else do we have in here? Church's Chicken. Let's see how close that is. Church's Chicken. Church's Chicken. Closest one. About an hour away. I think the closest one's in St. Louis. So, that's a bit rough. Let's try Roy Rogers. How close is that one to me? Give me the person. Restaurant, please. Closest one. The default one it gave me is in Ohio. Which is like a couple 100 miles away at least. Is that really the closest one, or is that like the default here? Keep using web. Don't care. Yeah, most of them are in like... Most of them are in like Pennsylvania or Virginia or West Virginia, like that whole area. The closest one is like right on the edge of Ohio. So I'm probably never going to have that. Unless it's one that shows up somewhere closer to me. Let's try Jollibee. 2 locations. Where's the closest Jollibee? I'm stuck in the middle between all of them. The closest one, I think, is in Texas. Or maybe Northern Illinois' ones are a little bit closer. If I keep saying stuff like this, People are gonna triangulate my fucking position. They're like, I know where you live in your general city now. Aha! Let's see. Where's the nearest? Let's do one more for good measure. Let's do. Where's the nearest? Del Taco. Why not? That one has a lot of memes. Del Taco, free Shavakadu. The nearest one. I think the nearest one's in Oklahoma by a smidge. Most of them are in Georgia. Most of them seem to be in Georgia here. So, yeah, that's also not an option. So you can see why a lot of these just are just completely out of range for me. Because a lot of the ones that never had, generally smaller chains or just noticeably far away from me to the point where it's not worth going out. There are some I know are closer by, but I don't know if they really appeal to me or not, and I haven't really been interested in trying them. Like, again, Panda Express. I don't know. I don't think I'd be going out of my way to put, like, trying these restaurants on my bucket list, but I don't know. Like, maybe I'll try one of these someday if I'm... Like, if I head back down towards Florida again like we did a couple years ago, maybe we'll stop by a Del Taco or something to see how it compares. See how it compares to maybe like a Taco John's. See how well they do. I don't know. Do they still have free Shavakadu? That's like the one thing I know about them. That dumb vine. Oh, I love it so much. I love that vine so much. Anyway, any more tier list ideas? I could probably do a couple more. A couple more like this. I think it'd be worth it. In the meantime, I'm just checking my trackers for my archipelago randomizers I'm currently in. I'm in the big asynchronous one. And then there's one that Palix personally invited me to. It's like, hey, there's one that's a bit more lore-based, but otherwise it's a general async thing. And I'm like, okay. Just pick a slot in your end. I'm like, yeah. It kind of resulted in me playing inverted, randomized Kisani Link of the Past. And Entrance Randomizer Super Metroid. But I guess I kind of just have to deal. I guess I kind of just have to deal for a bit. Oh well. Anyway. Let's go back to Discord for a bit. Yeah, my friend Nathan is way more experienced in terms of like every little detail of Pokemon Go than I am, despite the fact he's played for less time. I'm gonna scroll so best you can actually see the whole list. He's kind of min-maxing in a weird way. He even has an alt account where he's actively going out of his way not to evolve things and see how many things he can put in his Pokedex. And it seems to be going fairly well. And his shiny luck seems to be oddly better in that account for some reason. I don't know why. Oh well. Part of me wanted to say Pokemon gimmicks, that would be much. I mean, maybe we can do it while you're thinking of something else. That'd be worth something. Go ahead and... Boop. That's gone. Don't trust it. And... Pokemon gimmicks. This one's the first one that actually was Pokemon gimmicks and not Skylanders! What the fuck? Okay, this seems to have, like, general gimmicks, and also just, like, other features. Boom. So, I'm not really experienced with a lot of the later gens' shenanigans. And I don't think this is updated to have Gen 9 stuff in it yet. Unless I'm not fucking seeing the Terra stuff, and I'm blind. But I'm not seeing any other ones that would be better. Ultimately, I think Mega stuff is pretty cool. And I missed the Safari Zone. Yeah, that's really that's about as far as I got. Even diving, that's it's okay. Delta episode? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm not that experienced in Pokemon. I think this one is Z moves from Gen 7. And everyone tells me those are stupid. So I'm willing to believe them on that, but I can't really say for sure, so I'm just gonna ignore it. Just a post game for Oras? I wouldn't know. I never played Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I jumped on the train for Pokemon way later than everyone else seems to have, and I'm a bit lost. I think this is the beauty contest. I don't give a shit about any of that. I do not care in the slightest. I thought the Reggie stuff was cool. I wish they would be more imaginative with legendaries instead of being like, oh, here's one, you can have it. Or, hey, gift code. Only works for like a month. Bye. Fuck you. It feels like so low effort for a lot of them. It's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb. I think it's basically enough for this though. I don't have experience with triple battles or rotation battles or the fucking Go Plus thing, Pokeball controller thingamabobber, the Underground, Dynamax and Gigantamax, their respective raid stuff. Like, I have very little experience in that stuff, so. It was where you obtained the Pokemon that created the ban list in Showdown. The ban list for the ban list. That is so fucking weird. Okay, I'm gonna block the view again, and I'm gonna click the random button, and I'm gonna see what garbage it gives me. It give me trash every time I clicked it. What do you expect me to do with this? I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! Why does this site just not like me? Why is this site just like, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess. Why is it default and all this stuff I just don't know? Like, what is this stuff? What is any of this? I don't know what this is. Gone again. Let's do another random template. Like, you see what type of things it gives me. What? It also likes to give me stuff that's not even in my fucking language. Like this F1 vehicle one. I don't know. All of them are meh because I don't really know much about Formula One racing. Except the general car shape. Ta-da! I did it. I cannot go any further with this. I'm sorry, but I can't. My laptop is also angry. Getting overloaded? What's fucking happening? No, you're fine. Shut up, OBS. Boop, gone. I'm too OP for the bands. Then we got another ban list for 7 ban list. That's freaking insane. One last random one. What? What? Like I said, there's ones like this that are just dumb. Boom. Trash taste tier list with 3 options that I don't understand the context for. Uh-oh. This site is just baffling. Ooh, Sonic games might be interesting. Okay, Sonic games, let's go. Sonic games. This one could be interesting. We'll go mainline Sonic, which seems to be outdated the Frontiers. So we have... There we go. Took it a bit. Our mainline series here. Let's start with never played. I've never played 06. I kind of want to because I know how bad it is, but it'd be funny. I've never played Secret Rings. I've never played Unleashed, and that's going to be blasphemy to a lot of people. I've never played Black Knight. I've never played Shadow. I have, by various means, played the rest. We're going to leave Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3 separate, alone. They're going to be just down here because 3 and Knuckles is on here as well, I think. Right? Yeah, here it is. 3 Knuckles. So this covers both of these. And this is just a better version. So, like, whatever. Funny you should say that. I tried. It does not work well. I even tried lowering the settings a bit to make it a bit more bearable. It was still not really worth it to keep trying. Still not worth it. Okay, let's get started here. I guess we can go in order based on release. So we have Sonic 1. I like it. I think it's an A tier game. I like it. It's a good starting point. Not perfect. And I feel like I'm the only person out there who actually doesn't mind Marble or Labyrinth Zone at all. Like, I think they're fine, but that might just be because I play a lot of Mario games, so I'm used to more blocky platformers. So maybe I'm just more used to it. So, like, okay. I like it. I like Sonic 1 a lot. Sonic 2? Not as much, honestly. It might seem like blasphemy that I like Sonic 1 more than Sonic 2. And I get it. I get why people are going to be upset about that. But I feel like, even though the level design is more based on speed, there's a bit less variance as a result. But the whole reason why there were slower levels in Sonic 1, like Marbles or Labyrinth Zone, is because they didn't want you breezing past the whole thing with just speed stages. So it was to keep variety and add like a bit more of like a roller coaster or something, you know? Sonic 2 is primarily speed levels, and most of them are fine. But while with Sonic 1, I can play through the entirety of it and be fine, and probably maybe be tempted to go through another round. Sonic 2, I honestly get kind of bored a bit after Casino Night and reaching Hilltop. And I don't know why. Also, the enemy placement is bad. Like, everyone knows how bad the enemy placement can be in Metropolis Zone. I think other zones also have kind of poor enemy placement. Like, the coconuts placements in Emerald Hill are annoying or stupid. There's one where if you take a lower path in Emerald Hill Zone, I think Act 2, you run, you hit a checkpoint, and then immediately run face first into a coconuts. What the fuck is that about? What the fuck is that about? Guys! I don't understand you. Why did you think that was okay? It is literally right after the fucking checkpoint. Why is there A, an enemy that close to the checkpoint, and B, in a spot where you're not going to be able to react in time before you run face first into it? Not to mention, coconuts spawn behind them, and even if you kill them, you might end up hitting the damn coconut after it dies, and you still take damage. I hate them. It's annoying. It's fucking annoying. It might just be a me. It might just be a fucking me problem. Sonic CD. I actually like it a lot. It's a bit rough around the edges of points. Sure. The time travel mechanic is fine. Wish the time stones did more than just guarantee the good ending. And some of the spots where the robot generators are stupid. Wacky workbench looking at you. But overall, I still had fun with it. Granted, my experience with CD is the Christian Whitehead 2011 release. And the same is true for when I went to it first. I played on my Kindle Fire 2013 versions, and then of course I went back and played the original Genesis releases. So yeah, there's that. I like CD more than 2. I'm gonna be honest. Not saying there's a vast difference. They're all pretty close together. Like, this early bit of classic Sonic is very quality, even with a few off moments. As for which soundtrack I prefer, Japanese soundtrack. No shit. Anyway, Sonic 3 and Knuckles? That Sonic 3 alone. What the fuck? Get back down there. Where the fuck? There you are. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Fucking peak classic Sonic for me. Absolutely amazing. Love it. And you know how I said that I liked the slower zone Sonic 1? I think I might be the only person who legitimately likes Sandopolis, especially Act 2. So fight me! Yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles was fantastic. I just wish this how the game was when it first came out. Because they had to split Sonic 3 into 2 parts because of McDonald's promotion, and the whole Michael Jackson scenario happened, and it was a mess. And as a result, only the latter half of the game even showed up on re-releases for the longest time. But I'm glad the game exists in some form, even if the music's been botched in Origins. Blah. My first Sonic game is not on this list. By technicality, my first is Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games for Wii. But if we're not counting weird spin-offs like that, it was Sonic 4 Episode 1 on Kindle Fire. As someone who played the Kindle Fire release, which had like the mobile exclusive zone, the accident, like I said, the cards, we got like a 300,000 point pinball machine. Instead of the torch level, we got like a minecart thing. And the special stages, I think the special stage is controlled better with the gyro on the tablet than it does with a controller or keyboard. Meaning, if Sonic 4 Episode 1 was just Sonic Mobile like the original plan was, it would have been a better game, and I don't think it would have had as much infamy as it has. Either way, the Episode 2 clears it by a mile, and I still like that game. even though it's not as good as the main trilogy for me. Still good. Yeah, if you have the PC version, mod it so you either get the beta tracks that were uncovered during the fucking beta leak a little while ago. Not a little while, like a year or so ago, like 2 years maybe. Because those are the tracks that this version is based off of. Except they actually sound good. So just use that. Otherwise, mod in the original releases tracks, which are also still good. It's better than what they did with the Origins ones. Fucking. They made a new super theme for 3 Knuckles because it was just invincibility originally. And fair enough. But they made a new one and used the fucking wrong drum sample. So it's now the only song in Sonic 3 Knuckles that has the Sonic 1 and 2 drums, and it sounds way too fucking aggressive as a result. It's annoying. And the rest of the instrumentation is classic Sonic 4 Jutsunoe, and I hate it. Well, I guess you're just gonna have to deal with it then. It's still fun enough. At least it is a playable re-release of 3 Knuckles in widescreen. Honestly, you're better off probably just playing Sonic 3 Air. Just play Sonic 3 Air. It's what Sonic Origins was trying to do, but the fans did it, and it was better, and it came out years before. So, fuck you, Sega. We do your job better than you do, I guess. I don't fucking know. Okay. Where to next? I guess next up we're going Triple Trouble. I guess that one's next. I think I played it once. The main problem is that it's on Game Gear, so the screen is tiny. So, it's... Yeah. Like, you thought the screen size was small for some of the other Sonic games? Game Gear was worse with that. I will admit, though, it's better than Game Gear Sonic 2, at least. That one was stupid. Game Gear Sonic 2 is a disaster. In my eyes, I don't like it. Anyway, guess that means next up is Sonic Adventure. I'm really tempted to put it into S. I'm really fucking tempted. Yeah, I don't have Origins Plus, I just have base Origins on Steam, where I found out that it runs like absolute ass on this laptop. Even when you're in the actual games themselves, I don't know how the fuck they manage that. I blame Denuvo. Does it have Denuvo? Probably has Denuvo. That's probably something to do with it. Great. And before you are surprised, nope, Mania runs perfectly fine. So, I don't know if it's because of the engine update they did for it, or if it's just because of Origins being stupid. I don't know. Anyway, Adventure, I'm so tempted to put it into S, because I really love it. But at the same time, it's not like a consistent, I love it, like it is with 3 Knuckles. I don't mind Big. I don't really care for playing as Amy. I really like Gamma. And then the core 3, they're still good. They're good as always. 3D Blast is not mainline. It's a spin-off. This is mainline, which I think is a lot simpler, so I don't have to go do as many games. I've had the Steam version, which I know is worse because of the port issues. But I have went back and emulated the GameCube version as well. See if that's better. I say that's better. For one thing, some textures actually load in properly. And another thing, the mission mode stuff's not DLC in that one, despite the fact that the build of the re-release is based off of DX. I don't know. Also, I don't have a Dreamcast. So I never played the original that everyone loves because the art looks better, I guess. But Adventure is still really good. And it's nice. Adventure 2, on the other hand, people are going to be mad at me for putting it in C. But I don't care for it as much. They brought in 3 gameplay styles from Adventure. All ones I liked. They brought back Sonic gameplay for Sonic and Shadow, Gamma gameplay for Tails and Eggman, and Knuckles gameplay for Knuckles and Rouge. But they're all done in some way worse. Sonic and Shadow get a lot more moves that are contextual with the singular button approach. It wasn't that bad in Adventure because you had to either like you press the button once to do a spin dash. You hold down the button and spin dash for long enough to get the light speed dash in your rings or light speed attack in your other things. And it worked well. Now, it's so much more context, so many more moves, and it was the start of the shit, I bounced, I wanted a light speed dash era of Sonic. And some people say hasn't fully ended yet. I'm kind of fed up with it. Tails and Eggman, their stages sometimes kind of drag on, especially because I don't think the controls are the best. They feel kind of slow and clunky. I don't care for them. And Knuckles and Rouge, they nerfed the Emerald Radar and made all of the levels bigger. So I'm wasting time unknowingly passing by emerald pieces or whatever else I'm supposed to find in levels that are absolutely fucking massive. And they don't want you using the hits if you want to get all the A ranks, which, fuck that. Fuck that. I still think it's fine. But I think when a lot of people say that SA2 is their favorite, they're mainly talking about the Sonic and Shadow third of the game. And nothing else. Which is not really what you'd expect from a favorite game when you only like a third of it. I don't know. Also, I like the story structure better. Yeah, I do think that maybe the story would work a bit better if it wasn't the whole separate perspectives thing. More so in Adventure 2's case. But with Sonic Adventure, I can go through Sonic Story and put all the Sonic levels in a row. With this guy just in there, because fuck it. With Tails, I can put all of his levels. With Sky Chase and Sand Hill in there for whatever reason. It spicens up, I guess. It's fine. Knuckles, all of Knuckles' stages. All in a row. We're good. That's true for every character. All of their gameplay and all their gameplay sets are all segregated to their own separate stories. If I just want to play Sonic's levels, I can just play Sonic's levels. I can play Sonic Story and move on. With Sonic Adventure 2, if I want to play all the speed levels, I effectively have to play the entirety of the game and trudge through Tails and Eggman and Knuckles and Rouge to get all the speed stages. And then I'm just loading a save after that. Which, I already said that Adventure 2's gameplay is a step down from Adventure in my eyes. So it's not even worth doing that in my eyes for most of it. And plus, in Adventure, I like the gameplay styles for the most part. The only one I feel like is kind of iffy is Amy. I don't even mind Big. I thought Big was fine. Adventure 2 is some of the ones I liked in Adventure done worse. Or more clunky. And jank. And Adventure's already jank to begin with. So, like, I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. I personally just don't see it, man. Everyone labels Adventure 2 so fucking high, and I just don't see it. Story's pretty good, though, at least. Live and Learn's also a pretty good song, I'll admit. It's also up there in terms of theme song for me. I will give it that. But Sonic games tend to have banger soundtracks regardless. So, like, I feel like good music is, like, the bare minimum for a Sonic game. Like even 06 for how bad that game was, I mean, it's good music. We'll do the Advanced Trilogy all at once, and we'll wait a bit for that. For now, Heroes. B. Bit repetitive. The controls are a lot more jank in terms of, like, the physics, especially when running on the ground. And those special stages, man. I don't know how to feel about them. I do like it more than Adventure 2, though. Because it's effectively one gameplay style, so I just play through one story, and there you go. Playing all four is a bit much to see the final story. Like, at the very least, require to complete one of them and get the Chaos Emeralds at all. Like, then that's fine. But forcing all four and the Emeralds, it's a bit much. It's a bit too repetitive. I will admit, though, the mission mode style gameplay that the Chaotix have, nice idea. Could have been handled better. From what I've heard, Shadow does it a bit worse. Shadow does it worse. At least more of a mess. More annoying. At least Shadow has checkpoint warping. I don't think Chaotix had that. Is it worse than Triple Trouble, though? It's hard to say. I think I personally like it better, but that's just because Triple Trouble, Game Gear screen. Like, I actually finished Heroes. I don't think I actually finished Triple Trouble. I think I stopped like 2/3 of the way through because I just could not take a small screen anymore. I don't know. Also, I'm surprised this counts as mainline. And not... That's confusing to me. Because isn't this not Sonic and Tails 2 in Japan, with the first one being Sonic Chaos? So wouldn't that mean Sonic Chaos is also mainline in that case? Why is that on here? Huh. That's weird. Now I think they're going to tend to do the Advanced Trilogy. So the Advanced Trilogy is going to be a bit complicated. Put them all next to each other so I can actually see you all. The Advanced Trilogy is complicated. Advance 1 feels more like a proper Sonic 4. And it's good. And it just plays directly after 3 and K somehow. I don't get it. Sonic Advance is like a proper Sonic 4. There's a few of those, actually. But do I like it more than Sonic 2? So I want to put it in A. I want to put it in A. I think it's good. Do I think it's better or worse than Sonic 2? I don't go back to it as much. But I feel like Advance 2 is a bit better designed. I wish you could put ties on here. I think this is overall better than Sonic 2, though. I think I like it more. I just don't go back to it that much. Maybe I should. Maybe I should replay Advance sometime. Advance 2? It's not a particularly good Sonic game. The level design's a bit mixed, but I do go back to it a lot more for the sheer rush of it all. The special stages mainly accessing them is ass. But I still like playing it. High B, I guess. I think the level design is just bad enough to warrant being down here, but I still enjoy playing it. More than these. Advance 3. I've only played through it once. And I thought it was alright. The special stage is not really the problem. I actually do enjoy the special stages in Advance 2. It's just accessing was a bit of a chore for most of them. In Advance 1, there are 7 special springs, each correlated to a Chaos Emerald, hidden throughout the game. And you have to find them. And that's probably the best way they've done the special stages in the trilogy. Advance 2, you need to go through the entire act and find all 7 special rings and make it to the goal without dying. If you die, you lose all your special rings. And if you hit a checkpoint, you can't go back to the ones you missed because it's not really built to be backtrackable like CD was. So, it's not good at that. In Advance 3, find 10 Chao across the 3 acts and the hub world, then play a random act and hope to find a key. Then take that key to the special spring in the hub world to get 1 attempt at the special stage. The special stages themselves are fine. They're all variants of the Sonic 2 formula, done in different ways. Advance 1, you're falling down like this big tube on like a snowboard. You can spin around and do all sorts of things. It's pretty cool. Perspective can be a bit weird though. Advance 2, you run around like this big stretch of like square platform, I guess. And you collect rings, you can combo them to get higher amounts, and you dodge Zero from Adventure, which is kind of neat. Don't know why he's here, but it's cool. In Advance 3, you're running on the tornado, and it's kind of like Advance 1 again. But there's like a boost thing in it that doubles your rings when you're like sped up like that. And I thought that's cool. And you can defeat enemies in it for extra rings. It's just, the special stages are fine, it's just getting to them can be a hassle. That's the main problem. That's the main problem with the special stages. Advance I've only played once, and I was a bit off-putted by the team mechanic. Though looking back on it, I do like the idea and wish it would come back again. Through some way. The partner system, like, slightly changing your moveset, adding a little bit of customizability to characters. Honestly, I like the idea, but I don't... I played it once, and I don't really know if I liked it that much. But in terms of quality, at least the level design is better than Advance 2. So I'm also going to put it in B. Yeah. So next up... Well, a lot of the mainline Sonic games are portable, huh? It kind of jumps. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I skipped 11 because I never played them. That felt weird. Okay, Sonic Rush 1. Really like it. It has some of the pitfalls that the later Advance trilogy has because of the boost gameplay. But overall, I like it a lot. It's nice. It's really cool. Rush Adventure, I played once. I don't like it as much. I think I'll put it here. Still good. I don't really care for the boat mechanic because apparently every DS game had to incorporate touch control somewhere, and they thought doing a doing a Phantom Hourglass for traversing between stages was a good idea. And it's fine. I like the the jet ski being used for the special stages, but I don't know. I feel kind of about it. Levels themselves are pretty good though. They're pretty dang good. Okay. Now we get to the later part. Colors? It was my first home console Sonic game. And I got it because Sugar Conroy liked it and let's play it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it myself. I'm gonna play it. And I liked it. Everyone goes with a blocky level this time. I don't mind it. You know how I am. It's a shame the level structure to be changed a bit. Like, it was meant to be the 2 acts of the boss with a couple side missions, like the DS version, and then they split everything up to be 6 acts long and all required, and kind of felt like bloat after a bit. It's part of the reason why I like the DS version more, actually. And I wish there was a separate thing for that. But ultimately, it's hard to say, but I like it a lot. Generations. Right here. Maybe I could put it above Adventure, but it's close for me. I like them both. Generations. Classic Sonic controls a bit weird, but you get used to it after a bit. The story is kind of non-existent, which is probably the best thing about the stories from this era. When they're not there, they're not bad. When they are there, they can be cringe or outright stupid, and it makes you want to tear your hair out. For Generations was meant to be the anniversary of the sub and everything. It should have stopped there, but it didn't, because Green Hill and Chemical Plant keeps showing up for no fucking reason. But Generations was good, and I liked it a lot. It didn't run the best on my old laptop at the time, and it still doesn't run perfectly on this one for some reason. But I still liked playing it regardless. Generations is actually really solid. And honestly, it's sad it only went downhill from here for a little while. It's kind of frustrating. Sonic Lost World. Definitely gonna be in B somewhere. But it's alright. But some bits of it are just kind of eh. Not to mention, it tried to be a lot like a Mario game. It was like Planetoids reminiscent of Mario Galaxy, and they just did the basic New Super Mario for this thing with the levels, where it's grassland, desert land, ice land, forest land, lava land. Like, my god. All the things you copy from Mario, it's that. At least I had the Wii U version, so I had the Zelda and Yoshi's Island DLC, and that was pretty good stuff. I like those. Don't have that bumps little game up for me or anything, but those were nice. But maybe here. Maybe here. I don't know. No, not that far. I think here's solid enough. Mania. Actually, it might. Well, yeah, I think Mania is a high A for me. If there was more of the original Zone stuff, honestly, I think it would be up with Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But Sega was like, either you make a 4-zone long game like Sonic 4, or you put in nostalgia stuff for 2/3 of the game. And those levels are still good. And they remix them in a way where it's still really fun. I love the stuff they do with them. Like, chemical plant, you actually mess around with the chemicals more, for instance. Like, that's fun. I like what they did with it. It's the fact that they were kind of forced into putting old zones in that makes it feel a bit to me. It's still a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong. Man, the best parts of the game were the fully original zones. I love those zones. Even Titanic Monarch, which people also complain about being too long. I like it. I just wish there was more original stuff in it. But I get it. It was kind of an anniversary title, so fuck it. I get it. Forces is everything Generations did, but worse, and also as a character creator, that is not as free as I'd like it to be. Oh, you get one color of this type of glove, unless you find one by putting a certain text at this random stage. You can't freely change the color. It's a whole separate item you gotta get. It's been stupid. It's not great. The physics are god-awful. The level design was done by people who had no idea what the fuck they were doing because they were new people and they shouldn't have been trusted with a big Sonic game like this. And a lot of its autopilot are stupid. The story makes me so fucking mad. I've ranted about this game way too damn much and I hate it. I was promised Sad AM the video game. And I get it. They weren't going to put in the Freedom Fighters or anything, but the same plot stuff is basically the same. Eggman takes over the world. Sonic and his friends are a group of freedom fighters that would take it all back. Good fucking premise. Now you add in that Sonic was defeated and is now locked away and the entire world's gone into chaos. Okay. Good setup. And you fucked it up by giving it a ton of Sonic colors again. And you ruined Tails' entire story arc because the games in this era were written by people who only skimmed the notes of what these characters were like. That game pissed me off so much. And classic Sonic had no reason being in fucking Forces. It was the absolute worst part of the fucking game. Absolutely the worst. Fucking terrible. Especially because we got Mania like a few months beforehand. Like a few months prior, we got Mania. We got Mania in summer and this during the fall. So there's like a direct comparison back and forth. This is what the fans made. It became an official game. Here's what Sonic Team's doing. And they could have just copied the code from Sonic Generations for the physics for Classic Sonic and just add the drop dash. And it would have been better. But no, they fucked it up even further. Generations, it's still fine. It's still playable. Forces, garbage. Especially that damn auto-scroller at the end of the game. Ugh. Pisses me off. It pisses me off so fucking much. Ugh. Then they decided to make Super Sonic DLC, which was something I was unheard of. It was gonna be paid DLC, then all the fans revolted and they're like, okay, we'll leave it free. Episode Shadow's not on the right hum about in my eyes. Probably the better parts of the game, but like, A, it's DLC, B, it's 3 levels long, and C, it's all basically remix levels anyway. And the music ranges from to outright terrible, Green Hill. And then, like right at the end, like the final phase of the final boss, good music. The credits theme, I don't know how the fuck that made me cry, but it did give me tears in my eyes. I like Light of Hope. And that's it. There's 2 tracks I think are good. I think Fist Bump is bad. It's stupid. I music cheesiness in my Sonic songs. Fist Bump takes it too far. I'm sorry. And then they go ahead and spam it for half the fucking soundtrack with a piano remix in the fucking theater gallery like I don't want to watch that stupid story again. Snippets being used for half the game like Double Boost or the Invincibility theme, etc., etc. Little bits of in-level themes even, because like, of course you're gonna have it be in the first fucking level. Great. Everything in Forza just pisses me off except for the last bit of the soundtrack. And that is frustrating to me. I'm not gonna call it by the track name. I'm calling it by the level name, which Classic Sonic has the least inspired, because Green Hill. Oh, in Green Hill. Chemical Plant in Chemical Plant. Death Egg in Death Egg. What? That's dumb. And also, I get it. Anniversary tells them maybe you could put it in, but A, you don't have to put. We had Mania. We had our game with nostalgia in already. I give Mania a pass because it was still good and did things that were original. Versus Green Hill again. Chemical Plant again. Death Egg's here, but I prefer the Sonic 3 one. Because that one's actually good. Like, come the fuck on. If you're gonna bring back old zones like that, at least be a bit more niche with it. And why is Green Hill so fucking big? Why is it like when I think Green Hill, I think, oh, one part of South Island. Not that much. I swear it's like a large chunk of an island, apparently. I don't get it. And that leaves us with Frontiers, which I already discussed back in my final thoughts. I had fun with it. I like it. And if it was actually finished properly, it would probably be in the A tier somewhere. But they bungled it at the end. Tripped, fell face first, Supreme sucks. And the original fight, why? And then the DLCs held promise. And I really liked where it was going. Then DLC 3 comes out, and once again, trips at the finish line, just like with the main game. I went over some more detail at the end of that, but fuck, man. Base game, I think, is a high B for me, because it has the typical unpolished jankiness that Sonic's known for at this point. Like, Adventure had that, I still love it. But, like, the end game was just so... Ugh. Like, Rhea Onward is just so... sad. And they had promised with DLC, like, okay, this game sold well, you guys can have faith in us again. First two DLCs, definitely giving us more good stuff, fixing the game, giving us more customization with the physics, giving us more freedom, and I love it! And then DLC 3 got all shaky again. And tripped to the finish line again, and... Turns out it was fucking rushed. And then a few months later, they finally patched it. They fixed Knuckles and they balanced a few things, but... It's a little bit... It's too little too late at this point. Why is it... The patch we have now, based on what I've heard, why wasn't that how DLC 3 was released? Like, you could have waited until now. If it was going to be this, we would have been happily... We would have probably just wait till now. So like, we're going to delay it a bit, something's not quite working, and then you release the version that was just patched down. That would have been great. But they didn't. Because they did what they usually do and rush out the game before it's fucking finished. And even good games like Mania suffer as a result. Like, do you guys remember the original release of Mania? Like, they delayed that, sure, but it wasn't enough. No super button. The original Metal Sonic fight sucked. Multiplayer got a little bit of rework after the update. It sort of, in fact, when they made Plus and added Mighty and Ray in the Encore mode, that felt like it should have been in the game from the start. Is that just me? I don't know. I still think Mania is good. But just because Sonic games tend to be rushed out the door at points doesn't mean they can't be good. It's just there's been so many points where it's resulted in them tripping at the finish line, or garbage. This should have been their major wake-up call to never do it again, and then they kept doing it. And at points, it feels very apparent that's what they're doing. And they need to stop. They just need to fucking stop. Like, even what people were saying about Superstars. Like, all I really know is that the release got all bungled on Steam and PC in general, really. But from what I could tell, like, performance on Switch and everything is also not great at points. Feels like it was also kind of rushed. And that wasn't a Sonic Team thing. That was entirely Sega's fault. Because they probably rushed Arzest to finish the game up for a certain time, and they just weren't done yet. Like, yeah, they worked really hard to make the physics 1-to-1 from what I heard, but I've heard a lot of people complaining about it. Because they just didn't seem ready. Why is Sonic constantly fucking like this? I'm sick of it. Whatever. Co-op Superstars is buggy for missing. Yeah, that's also what I heard too. I don't know how much of it is a Colors Ultimate scenario where it's like a lot of it feels like it might be a Colors Ultimate scenario where part of it is just bad and buggy, and part of it is people exaggerating with fucking Switch emulation, which is not going to be accurate, and it's going to make the game look even worse because Sonic Slander is cool still. What the fuck ever. All I'm saying is, Frontiers could have been like up here for me, and they fucked it up. And then they could have they almost rectified it to make it like up to here, and then they fucked it up because they rushed the game. They didn't let it fucking finish, and it shows. It sucks. Because I thought Frontiers was actually pretty good for the most part until the end. You know? I liked it. But it could have been so much better. And boy, that marketing was rough at the start. The marketing got shit together, but oh boy, the original like IGN gameplay stuff they did. Oh Lord. That did not help at all. Here's hoping the sequel's good. Because you know with how well it sold, we're getting a full-on open-world sequel. You know it. Also, people are clowning on it because Sonic's not expressive at all, for the most part. And then Dream Team happens, it's locked to Apple Arcade, and it has the most expressive Sonic we've seen in the game ever. Like, damn near Sonic Prime levels of expression. And everyone's clowning on Sonic Team. Maybe they would have more time to polish some of that stuff out if they had time to actually finish the game first. How much of that presentation do you think was because the game got rushed to an extent? I'm just saying. Honestly, give Sonic people the time and budget and people they need to get it done. Let them do it. Don't stop them 2/3 of the way through. That's all. Let them show they could do great things. They could make really good games again. They have before. And these still have signs of being rushed to some extent. They're so good. They can make games even when they're rushed, so imagine how good the game will be if they're not rushed. That might be a logical fallacy, but I don't care. Like, they have promise. They can do it. They just need the time. They just need the fucking time, and Sega doesn't want them to have it. I guess. I don't know. It frustrates me to no end. Honestly, if they want Sonic to be like high AAA standard, rival against Mario, they're gonna have to do better. They gotta stop rushing games. That's like the first major step, okay? And also maybe trim back all the extra pre-order and extra like deluxe edition stuff. Like, back off of that too. Like, I don't get why you're not finished with the main fucking game and they're putting side things that cost extra money. When it, yeah. Their priorities concern me. Their priorities concern me. Sonic 06 is that problem too. Not only rushes the game after the holiday season, but also Time Attack Amigo and Very Hard Mode DLCs. Why? Why? The fuck? There are just things they should have learned by now that I hope to God they have. And let's hope this Sega Power Surge thing that was announced during the Game Awards doesn't end up like that. They're bringing back all of these IPs from the grave. Please give them the time they need to be good so they can have proper revivals. And also, please give us more Knights and Billy Hatcher while you're at it as well. Like, I haven't even played them, but I watched Wanye play Billy Hatcher, and it seems fun enough. And then they never re-released it to my knowledge, unless it's on, like, PlayStation Store or something. I don't know. So I hope good things are coming. Not just for Sonic, but for all of Sega stuff. Yeah, I hope it's all good. Don't rush things anymore, guys. Here's my final list. No, that couple people die from on Dryland. Oh, God. I understand deals they build the levels on with glitches in my... What the fuck? That's weird to me. That is baffling. I can understand, like, an unintended mechanic or a glitch being kind of cool and want to keep in. Like, I think rocket jumping wasn't originally going to be a thing. And they just kind of found it by accident because you can, like, manipulate your position with the blast radius things to kind of slingshot yourself. And, like, this could actually be fun. Let's actually leave it a thing. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Some studios seem to take it a bit far, it seems. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, please don't. And well, here's the full list. I've been going for about 3 hours. Let's see if we could do one more tier list. You got anything in mind, Vix? Or we could do the random and hope for the best? I prefer a shorter one, so I'm not talking for an hour about things. For Omega, that Fly Fools, let's put that in mind. Like, we're talking, like, end of the world in 06? Like, I know you can just kind of spam the glide button for it, and it just kind of goes like... It just flies straight to the Emerald, but... I don't think that's what they were going for. That doesn't sound right. That seems like an unintended consequence they didn't have time to fix up for the release. I don't think that's designing with a glitch in mind. That's kind of dumb. I don't know. I don't know. click the random button, see what happens. OBS will cry. As will my laptop as well. What you got in me? NASCAR Cup tracks! Daytona! Oh, man. So they put walls everywhere to the participate in the actual level design. Yeah. The Shannon McHarden DLC that this year focus on making the game look as a QP with the constraints. This still wouldn't have been that good, honestly. Oops. Okay, random again. What you got for me? I'm sorry. What? What is this? What? What? No. No. Not happening. What the fuck? It's a manga thing, but also, what the fuck is meow meowness? What the fuck? One more random. I'm gonna see how cancer is. Oh, this could be so bad. Bed Wars ranking losers. It's a Minecraft Bed Wars user thing. I get. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are any of you? Like all these are like Minecraft heads except for you and you. What? Huh? Just gonna go away from that. Some fans have some weird lingo. Oh yeah, don't I know it? Don't I fucking know it? Oh, it's dumb. Random one more time. One more time, and then I'll probably take an actual request. Ooh, best movies and TV shows of all time. How big is this? Oh. Okay. I don't know if I've watched any of these, actually. I don't think I have. Some of them I came into what they are. Yeah. And even then, the ones I do know, like this Wallace and Gromit one down here, I've never watched it. Like, I'm pretty uncultured, if that's the proper word for it. And I did a thing where I asked in Discord, like, asked a few Discord servers, like, hey, I want to try the gate stuff, the what stuff that'll help me, like, be more cultured, I guess. Like, what are things that I'm missing out on? I have this massive ass fucking list, and I don't think I've gotten a single one checked off yet. I haven't. Like, I've watched Spider-Man 2, watch the rest of the trilogy. Watch 1 and 3. Play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. play Earthbound, play One Shot, read the Animorph series, play Pizza Tower, watch Jurassic Park, watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy, watch Avatar the animated series, Gundam Wing, Kamen Rider, finish the Owl House because I stopped like a season and a half in for some reason. I don't know why. It's like I only scratched like a sixth of the list. Yeah, I know about Fantastic Mr. Fox and Joker. I never watched them. And there's no haven't watched option for all of these to go into. I am shameful. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of this. Let's do one actual tier list, and I don't think the random button is going to be that much of a help. I don't think the random button is going to be that much of a help. What's in new tier lists? Some music thing. Don't know what that is. Anime thing. A cartoon ranking thing that uses meme images. A sandwich tier list from some restaurant I don't know if I've been to. Bionicles. A SpongeBob creepypasta thing called 7/25/2005. I don't know what that is. South Park ships. Oh boy. Pokemon Unite, Smash or Pass? Not to Dragon Ball Z. That's a thing. I'm skipping that one. That's a thing about sex explicitly. I'm not doing that one. Why? No. Bye. Yeah, new tiers is also gonna be a problem. So, you know what? In the future, if I do this type of stream again, I'm gonna get some friends on, and we can like do one together or something. We can plan it out ahead of time. Instead of trying to do it on the fly like this and just being dumbfounded by what we're seeing. Oh, I should have planned better for this. See, I think I'll just take a suggestion and we can move on. just one more thing and we can be done with it. And then we could go back at a later time. Like maybe I can call Wanya and we could do a thing together or something. I don't know. That might be a fun stream idea. Just like Wanya, Creaky, Palix, and I all want to call together doing some tier lists. We can all argue with each other about it. that seems like it would be some nice chaotic fun. Like I listened to the Distractable podcast, the one Markiplier does with Mike Skirm and Lord Minion. Mark, Bob, and Wade, for those of you who don't know. And I started listening to their podcast because I saw an animation of Bob's Fridge. Thought it was fucking hilarious. Said, I'm going to go back and check out this podcast. And I've been listening to them in order, which is still like a year and a half behind. Most recent one I listened to was one where they actually did like a restaurant tier list that went on for about 2 hours. And it was so fucking funny. And I wanted to do that kind of shit with people. It's not what inspired me to do this. This was something I wanted to do before, and I never did it. And now I did it, and I don't entirely regret it. But I feel like I could have planned a bit better. I feel like I could have planned a little bit better for this. And maybe getting a group of friends together to do a tier list together might make it a bit more interesting. I'll have to ask Wanye about that, see if he's down for something like that at some point. That could be something we do. That could be something we do. I'm sorry about the blank screen, by the way. Let's put in an image. Let's... You. Yeah. Shiny the Dunsparce. Yeah. So you guys have a little something to look at, right? So it's not just a black screen with a little bit of text. Yeah. Heck yeah. This stream has actually been, like, one of my biggest disaster streams. It's not my worst. My worst probably is one of the Mario Kart ones I did was kind of terrible. So that video could be a lot more fun in my head. And also, chat was not particularly active that day, and I was like, okay, this is not working. So I said, like, nah, not doing this again for a while. So, yeah. This one's better because at least I felt a bit more productive with it, and it's led to some actual funny moments, so it might be worth it a bit more. It's a fun disaster! I'm in the corner with a face cam. Well, one, it does have a face cam. He does have a... Oh, you mean the Dunsparce, right. I was trying to look out for stream delay because how far back you are, and I completely missed the point. Honestly, at some point I probably should do a face cam thing. Like, I feel like it'd be so much more fun if I show my face, but like, A, I'm not comfortable with the way I look, and B, like, they say exactly the best lighting for a face cam down here. I'm in a fucking, like, basement area. It's not great. At least Wanye can play around with it a bit because he has, like, his old camera, his old camcorder from, like, 10 years ago, maybe? He doesn't use it very often, but when he does, it's actually really charming. I can't pull something like that off. He's a lot more charming than I am. I'm not. I won't be able to pull it off. She wasn't too bad. Actually, just type slow as hell. Alright. Okay. That makes a bit more sense. I just think there would be some stream delay problems, especially because, like, I know at points, like, your phone tends to die while you're watching stream, and I don't know how far that sets you back. So, yeah. What can I do? What things can I do? While I'm waiting for a suggestion, I'm gonna look through the community rankings of something. Never mind. It's mostly Fire Emblem, Marvel, other anime stuff. Ooh, a cereal tier list. That's way too big. I don't want to spend another fucking hour on this, and I've never even heard of some of these. Like, look at these for a second. Like, boop. Like, Oreo had a cereal? The fuck? The ones that are towards the top I know generally. And there's the ones down at the bottom where like, what the fuck is this? I don't know. Oop. Gen 1 Pokemon? There's a Gen 1 Pokemon tier list thing. I guess I could do that one. It's only 151 Pokemon. It shouldn't be that bad, right? Oh, it includes the Megas. Oh, it includes Megas. That makes it a bit harder for me. Maybe I can just ignore the megas. So it's 151 Pokemon, though. I think I want to do something a little bit smaller than this. I think I want to do something a little bit smaller. A lot of feature stuff on the main page, stuff I have no familiarity with, or like, they're huge. Like there's ultimate cartoon / animated series list and the cartoon templates feature thing. It's 500 things long. That's insane. That's way too fucking much. What the fuck, guys? I'm just fucking around my TV remote. Am I the only one who finds it kind of fun just to take the battery cover off and then put it back on, just like... Or is that just me? It gives me something to fidget with when I'm bored. Oh, you did it too? Okay, cool. It's not just me. There are so many things I do where I feel like I'm alone when I do it. Like, I'm the only person who does it because they're just so out there or just so different. Like, I know I'm a fairly weird person, so, you know. Random, let's see what you do this time. Gotcha Tubers Rap BR. It's in Spanish, I think. What is going on? Again, another random template. Favorite game. What the fuck? Favorite games. But there's also like movie tie-in games in here that caught me so off guard. Also a lot here, and a lot of it's redundant from the Sonic one. I've only played like half of this list, maybe. Maybe I'll save for a later time. Like, boom, here it is. Here's the full thing. We might do this one in the future. I'll put you up here. This was probably made by some young kid. It wouldn't surprise me. Even with fucking Call of Duty being on here, I wouldn't be surprised if it was some younger kid. It's just a random assortment, mostly stuff from like young people play, like it's just so weird. We'll hold off on that one. One more random, and then I'll just check like what's the best tier list thing you could do. It's an Alpha Red Smash Brothers tier list. Holy shit. Well, I don't like Smash Brothers, but cool Alpha Red's here. That's interesting. Okay. You have any idea how many children play COD? Oh, you'd be surprised how many people in like in junior high, everyone was going absolutely crazy about like GTA and Call of Duty. When I'm like, I like New Super Mario Brothers, and they all made fun of me for liking baby games. So like, so I think I know. I think I know. It's kind of unfortunate. Let me see if I can look at a list. Best tier lists. Oh, wait a minute. I have an idea. I have an idea for one that probably won't take that long. I have a good idea. Here we go. Oh, shit. It's okay. Calm down, lads. That's okay. There we go. Bam! Pikmin tier list! Yeah! Alright, this will be fun. It's not that long, it's not that many Pikmin types. So an S. Immediately, I could think of a couple. You were OP. I really like you guys. Like, it's just baseline. Like, these are all S tier for me. I like how they based off game. Because they all act a little bit different. So let's start with, now that we got the S's out of the way, I think we can go like that. Yeah. You know what? Because these are basically just Bulbmin, but better. There you go. Let's start by going game by game. So, Huffman, I'm surprised, count in their enemies, and they're kind of annoying, but I do like their charm, so see, whatever. Reds, yellows, and blues. Blues don't really do much as water traversal in most of these games, if not all of them. So they're kind of alright. So I think I'll put you in B. You guys are great. Because your high attack power and the fire resistance is great in Pikmin 1. It's great to have fighters around. And yellows, your height advantage is nice. I do like your bomb rock mechanics, so they're better on GameCube than the other versions. Because you can get them to drop them easier. But I think you're just better than blues. Not as good with the two with reds. Pikmin 2. If you watched the game more, it's anything that's. I've seen a few, but I haven't caught up. I haven't watched all of them yet. I know some people have been kind of losing their minds over a few things, but I forgot what they were because I was not paying full attention. So I gotta avoid some things. I don't want to be too spoiled on them, yeah? So, yeah. Pikmin 2. I like whites a lot because they're fast and the poison resistance is good. And I like the fact that you can kind of sacrifice them if need be in order to get free damage on most enemies. It's actually kind of nice. And they're balanced out by being fairly rare, so you don't want to think about doing that too often. I do think reds are better, though, because white Pikmin tend to be weaker in terms of battle. Plus, the buried treasure stuff is actually kind of interesting for them. Makes a lot of sense with their red eyes. Red Pikmin 2 I find kind of disposable. You get a lot of them at the beginning of the game, and then I just use so many of them when turning Pikmin into purples and whites, I always end the game with like 20. And by the end of day 2, I have like 70. So like, what the fuck? Overall, they're about the same as they were in Pikmin 1 otherwise. So I guess I'll put them here, except they're more disposable now. And purple just kind of outclass them in power, so I'm not using them for fighting much. They're a disposable type, which is unfortunate. That's kind of what happens when red Pikmin are always first, huh? Yellow Pikmin, fantastic. But they don't have the kind of power or resistance or shortcut ability as the Pikmin up there in S. But this is the best yellow Pikmin I've ever fucking had it. Like, even Pikmin 4 did them a little bit dirty, but you do get them fairly early on to compensate for it a bit, I guess. But, still. Yellow's kind of peaked into. Kind of a shame, but... To be fair, electricity was fucking nuts into. It was straight up just instant kill. Just straight up instant kill. It was nuts. I already know about the Sega Power Surge thing where they're reviving all their old IPs. That's freaking sweet. I brought it up on stream already. They better do a good job. They better not rush those games out. I want them to be good. I want them to be really good. Blue Pikmin are about the same as they were in 1. Didn't really improve much, but they're alright. Pikmin 3. We're gonna have to based off of this again. Reds, I think, are about the same. The Reds are the most consistent. They always get a little bit of attack damage buff, and they have fire resistance, which is fine. And honestly, they're nice to have. I don't really dispose of them, so I prefer them more in 3 than I do in 2. Yellow Pikmin, still fairly good, but winged Pikmin take their height advantage pretty quick, and electricity is not much of a threat. They're really only useful for lighting up a few light bulbs, really. They don't do enough of that concept, in my opinion. So, put them here. No, the Bomb Rush 1 that I do stuff in. Oh, no, get back over there. Blues, this is the best they had for a bit. I'm putting them above because deep water is a thing, and that means they could properly swim around, and that's actually really cool. Not much really done of it, and it's still just water traversal again, but hey, it's nice. I like it. It's a little extra something. Could use a little something more in my eyes. Produce beta footage. Yeah, I was wondering what that was all about, and then like, oh yeah, we're not just we're not just doing a Jet Set Radio thing. We're doing it for like a lot of stuff, like Shenmue. I think Golden Axe is getting a new game. Crazy Taxi is getting a new game. Like, what the fuck? Holy shit! This came out of nowhere. Here are the mission mode guys. Purples only have their carry strength. Really, while keeping their slowness. They don't have their stun or their homing thud, and it's not great. They were done dirty. I'm gonna put them here. I'm saddened by them. White Pikmin are basically the same, but poison's not a thing, so I'm gonna put them like here, maybe. I think they still do damage to enemies when they're eaten, but poison hazards aren't a thing in 3's mission mode, so they don't take advantage of that anymore. So they're inherently worse as a result. Rock Pikmin, I really love these guys, and they're actually balanced fairly well. They do high damage, mainly by impact. They can break crystals, can't be crushed by things. Their caveat is that they can't grab onto things very well. And they can't hold on to enemies for very long, if at all. So they can do a lot of damage, but A, you have to throw them to get the most out of it. And also, when they get knocked back from bonking into something, it takes them a bit for them to get up. I mean, they're a bit more open to enemies if you throw them too recklessly. Which is actually kind of nice. I like that. It's a neat way of balancing things. Rock Pikmin are kind of like balanced purples. It feels like. It's nice. And now we have Pikmin 4, where we have all of the Pikmin types in the game, and then some. I've already put in Ice and Glow up here because they're fucking amazing. But now we have the others here. The other 7. Red Pikmin are as consistent as they've always been. Fire resistance, attack damage increase, still good. I'm gonna put them like... They're kind of disposable in 4, but not as much as they were in 2. They're a bit, but not much. So I think they're about here. You can consider this and this a tie. They're about the same, really. They're more useful with their attack damage here because nothing outclasses them. And here, something outclasses them by so much, and they just become my default convert Pikmin. So they just kind of, I get a lot of them to start, and I just get rid of most of them, and it's sad. Yellow Pikmin are actually closer to how they were before. Electricity is still a bit of a threat, though it's more of a stun that can kill after a bit. And their height actually kind of matters like an alternative way of picking up things, especially because winged Pikmin are actually pretty rare early on in the game. So Yellow's height gets a bit more advantage. Especially if you keep forgetting that Oatchi can bonk into things and knock them down like I constantly do. So I wouldn't use them more than I would be in 3, where they're completely outclassed by winged Pikmin in every way. However, they're still kind of less useful than the bomb rock wielding ones in Pikmin 1. For the most part. They're all pretty close. They're all pretty close. No yellow has been necessarily bad. They just can do better. They kind of peaked early. Blue Pikmin, I'm sad to say, are kind of outclassed pretty early. They can do the deep water stuff and the swimming and things, but Ice Pikmin outclass them. They're basically the were in Pikmin 3 with the fucking problems that this guy showed up and ruined their fun by freezing water, so they're only good for underwater stuff, which is fine. Ice Pikmin can't drown unless they like get knocked off into something or if water gets on their head, but they can freeze big bodies of water, so water traversal itself's not really a problem for them. So the main reason you want blues can actually kind of overshadow for the most part, which is a bit sad. They're still fine, they could use something, you know? Rock Pikmin are a bit more balanced from what they were in 3. They're a bit more rare, and when they're on some material, like metal, they can be crushed and destroyed. So they can still die by crushing in certain scenarios. So they're not completely just autopilot any boss that can crush things. There are points where they can be, but not always. Not always. And crystals aren't as much of a thing. They're mainly a thing in caves. And you have a lot more access to the bomb rocks. So I think ultimately they're a little bit worse. Not by much. And maybe they're a bit, maybe they're like here. Winged Pikmin in 4, such a shame. With the way they did the new perspective thing and how few you get so early, Winged Pikmin never really reached their full potential for the most part. Not to mention the bamboo gates are gone, so they can't hold up a wall for you to go through and create a shortcut at the cost of 10 Pikmin. That's gone. It just isn't there anymore. They also don't have the plants that Winged Pikmin can, tuck up. They don't have that anymore. That's gone. They can still fairly fight against airborne enemies effectively enough, I suppose. I found myself barely fucking using them. So, like, maybe like here, honestly. I like that they're there, and they can take some pretty nice shortcuts where it counts, but I'm not really incentivized to keep a bunch of them at all times. It kind of sucks. Big downgrade. Opposite 4 are pretty close to their former glory. I don't think they have the stun they had in 2, or the... Did they... Actually, I think they did have the homing thud. At least the thud had like big impact, so it still hit a lot of things anyway. So it didn't matter that much if it isn't there. There's still high attack damage, so I don't think it's as much as in Pikmin 2. And they're very rare unless you go out of your way to fully clear the Sage Leaf stuff, and that's a post-game thing. It's like after rescuing Olimar. So you're not gonna have that many of them early on. You don't have to grind for 100 of them until after you save Olimar. And you can wait till post game and the game will report. There are points where like they only lose 3 Pikmin at a time, so like it's a bit more balanced. It's sort of like Pikmin 2's once, but a bit more balanced properly. I'm gonna put them like here. They're great. Still, it's wonderful. And white Pikmin, poison's a hazard again. They're still fast, and they still poison things a bit when they're eaten. They're basically the same as they were in Pikmin 2. Except now it's a lot easier to get them. So you can actually be incentivized to sacrifice them a bit easier. Not have to worry about having to grind that much. But again, then again, that only happens enough when you get the onion. And you get it a lot earlier because you only get the halfway point instead of only the entire thing. So it's easier to get the white Pikmin. So, honestly, I think I'm okay with putting it, like, here, because they're basically the same as they were in 2. It's a little bit easier to get points. Why is he with the purple? 2's so squished. Because he's sitting down. His official render in 2 is him sitting down. I thought it was cute. Most Pikmin are like standing or walking, but then he's just like, oh, he's laying down or he's sitting. Little things like that are cute. he's just a funny guy. I like him. Anyway, here's my Pikmin tier list. None of them are necessarily bad. Some just could be better. You know, to like the charm of the Puffmen, they're enemies by default, and they can't even stay that way for long, because either they revert back to a normal Pikmin that can actually do something, or they die. So, like, what am I going to use these for? I can't use them at all. So, like, do they even really count? Anyway, that's it for this tier list. And that's it for this stream, I guess. So I've been going for about 3.5 hours. I think that's fine. So this is last tier list of the night. Next time I do a tier list thing, I'm gonna see if I can get more people involved or properly like set something up with more proper tier lists in the future. This did not work as well as I hoped, but hey, got some interesting things out of it. It was still funny. It was still good. I liked it. It was a fun time. Might use again in the future with a bit of reworking. Hell yeah. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and head upstairs because no doubt Mom's brought home supper by now. It's 9:11 p.m. It is late. What time is it? I know. I said it. Pure coincidence. I'm sorry, but It's late. Now it's 9:12. Now you can't make a joke anymore. Ha! But I gotta go. I gotta go eat. It's late. I'm hungry. And then I'm gonna probably do more archipelago stuff in a bit because, like, I got checks waiting for me in the A6 probably. Hopefully. I freaking better. That's it for me. See you guys next week when Indigo Disc releases, and we start on that. That's probably gonna take us the rest of the year, given how long this stuff might take, given how difficult this can be. Apparently, we might be there a while. So I'll see you guys next Thursday for Indigo Disc Part 1.